St. Louis Rams are officially moving back to Los Angeles. It is technically home to them. At one point, they were here. They were also in Cleveland, as we're going to throw to a graphic shortly, but not yet. LA Times ran this cover this morning, amongst many other newspapers. I don't know who reads the newspaper anymore, but NFL returns to LA. Rams kick off in 2016. They're going to start off by playing at the Coliseum, where USC Trojans football play, and they're going to get their own stadium. Francis, have you now decided to have your own NFL team to root for?
Probably. I mean, I'll go to a game.
Just
and
one?
I'll go. Talking about relocating, I wish I could relocate back to the wall. I feel out of place at this point.
You feel a little...
A little like as if I could relocate. But, I mean, to start the clip, I'm going to go... I know, 2 feet away. It's, to start the clip, I'm going to get off my chest what I was stating on Twitter. This is where American sports fail the people. This is the real problem, right? And this is where it has happened sparingly in world football. What happens in America, I feel like the loyalty towards a team, it's like you're dating someone, but she's a little bit of a player. Like you put all your trust in her, but she's a little bit of a player. She could just up and move whenever she wants. She could just go and get a better deal, take an upgrade, and head to the sunny city of Los Angeles. When you're feeling like you're just loyal to her, bang, ripped away, sent to another city. And what do you do as a fan? What do you do as a fan when she's just ripped and given that Hollywood smile and it's taken her away, Jason? What do you do?
Oh, it's amazing, Francis. I've never heard of any women in the world that live in St. Louis and decide to uproot their lives and move to Los Angeles.
Well, I'm sure there's a St. Louis man that's sitting there saying, yeah, it's happened to me. I was dating her. She had a Hollywood smile and she went to LA for a bigger, better deal. And I was left licking my wounds.
So there's loyalty to teams, right? I get that. And the St. Louis Rams fan base, I think, feels like their hearts were gutted. Or if you're J.R. Jackson, who happens to live in Los Angeles, well, he's a Rams fan. Now his team's more local to him. But in America, this happens a lot. There's the Seattle Supersonics became the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Not even close.
Right.
Not even close to name.
Right. But, and it's happened many times in the NFL, the Baltimore Colts became the Indianapolis Colts. And it's because the business precedes everything else. It's Wall Street line all the time. It's just business. It's it, and business is booming. But I feel for the fans, kind of, but I also live in LA, and now I'm excited to have a team here. I'm a Giants fan. I ain't trading up or bandwagoning to the LA Rams fans. I think it's just cool that there's a football team back in Los Angeles. So, by the way, the Rams have been the most successful in Los Angeles. ESPN Stats and Info ran this graphic this morning. They were in Cleveland at one point. Man, Cleveland can't even do anything right. Although they had a title. NFL title there, and a playoff appearance, a 406 winning percentage. The LA Rams from 1946 to 1994. So, by the way, they've only been in St. Louis for 20 years. So it's like that girlfriend you mentioned is just kind of like that.
She's just gone back to an old ex.
She's going back and forth.
And I do understand this, and this is the point I wanted to clarify in this example. I'm talking about maybe if the Chargers move and join in this LA attraction. In this example, there's probably fans who have been fans of the LA Rams and are thinking, thank God, my team's coming back to me. But what I understand is, do you think this is where a slight disconnect comes with the city? You're not going to see someone there, as many people saying, I'm loyal to LA. Because if you're loyal to LA and you're loyal to the Rams back then, and then the Rams gets taken and goes away to St. Louis, do you follow them? Do you suddenly become a St. Louis Rams fan?
I feel like most fans did. There's some that probably did not, but there's definitely, I would say the majority, if you grow up, if you're a kid and you grow up an LA Rams fan, right? This is all before my time. And they move to St. Louis, you probably stick as a Rams fan instead of just being like, now I have nobody.
But you just can't go to the games as much if you're rooted to them in LA, right?
No, you can't. You can't. But here's the thing with today's day and age that's so much different than it was in 1995. You don't need to live in your market to watch the games. Yeah. Besides the fact that you can live stream anything nowadays. If you're a St. Louis Rams fan, you can still watch the Rams. If you're an LA Rams fan, or you were, now they're home to you, and you still get to watch the Rams. Yeah. No different. I'm a New York sports fan living in LA. It's not like I can't watch New York sports. It's actually on earlier here.
Yeah, that's
even
a good
better.
Point. And I understand, in full disclosure, that it's different. I'm coming in with the naive example because I've not grown up in it. But this is the funny thing. I've not grown up watching the NFL. There's no one really. Technically, this LA Rams team that's coming here, It could just be as a loyal fan as any of the LA fans here, because I'm watching them now when they started in 2000.
It gives you a reason if you wanted to root for the Rams. It gives you a reason. By the way, the other side of this was that the Chargers have a year, 12 months to decide if they want to relocate, and if not, then it goes to the Raiders. The Chargers, a lot of the speculation is circled around them wanting to protect their Southern California turf. Where's my camera? There it is. Them wanting to protect their Southern California turf, but at the same time, the Chargers, I don't think, have the fan base that the Rams have or even the Raiders have. So it would be better if the Raiders moved here, keep San Diego where it is, and don't take it away. And honestly, the players, which there was a lot of reaction from, but not just the players reacted, a lot of people reacted. And I'm going through a couple of the different blog posts in terms of, internet reacts to LA Rams, and Ben's brother pops up.
Wow. On you go, Josh.
It was on one of the websites. Welcome home to Los Angeles Rams. A
now.
really, really bad call is finally overturned, so Ben's brother Josh is pretty happy about that one. We continue through it all. I like this one. Breaking, all 32 teams are now moving to Los Angeles.
They're all thirsty. Just as the San Diego, if we're continuing with that thirsty BZ comparison, San Diego are thirsty.
The thirsty BZ comparison.
They wanted to come.
Are you an Entourage fan?
Of course I am.
Do you remember when Ari Gold was going to get the LA Gold?
Yes, sir.
Well, maybe he had something to do with bringing the Rams back home. Of course, it had to go out. How'd that get retweets? That's ridiculous. Hearing a lot of buzz of owners are now considering my proposal to strap the Browns to a rocket fired at the sun. There was a lot of meetings that went on. Eventually, the owners did decide to vote 30-2. It needed to be, I think, 22 or 24 votes for them to relocate. 32 was in favor of the Rams. It happened. And then, of course, Eric Dickerson, a legendary running back for the LA Rams in the late 80s, 85 to 1990. I was also not alive for that, but some people in the studio were, and they remember it. Lastly, Roger Goodell announced that Mark Davis's haircut was the deciding factor in blocking the Raiders' move. Oh, man. And, of course, Dan Keston, TYT Sports executive producer, tweeted this. So, the Rams come home. We can have a big homecoming party. I know we got to wrap up this clip, but there's one extra point to this. A $1 billion or $2 billion stadium that's on the dime of, I believe, Stan Kroenke. It's not going to go on, like, the public service. It's not going into, like, the county mayors to pay for this out of the public's pocket. A brand new $2 billion stadium may have some impact on getting the U.S. a World Cup in L.A. I believe that. I think it's, a new shiny one, maybe an Olympics. It's going to have some effect, slightly, if any, but hopefully it does. So, new stadium, new team, more hype. Bring the World Cup here!